I'm so blessed just to be here. This is a fundraiser for Mike Morrell, who's running for chair of the California Republican Party, and I hope he wins. He's got my endorsement, that's for sure, such as that's worth. Didn't do you any good, did it?
Why? We're still in the fight.
This is, if you've been watching the show for a while, you know Jim Shoemaker. And when I found out you were coming, because he's like me, he's a NorCal guy. You came all the way down here. You rode your Harley, for heaven's sake.
I did.
I heard you when you pulled up.
I did. I rode it.
Yes, you did.
Lucky I did. I'd be 2 hours later.
Well, that traffic's insane. How do you people live in SoCal? I don't get it.
I don't know. I moved from here. So.
Yeah. Well,
and I only want to move one more. Actually, I don't want to move another time.
So we need to have a second home.
We need to save the state.
Yes, we do. I want you to win. He ran for Senate. What's your district again?
Fifth Senate district.
Fifth Senate against what slug of a Democrat?
An old retired 16-year congressman. So 8 terms.
That sounds like John Garamendi.
Yeah, no.
That clown. I mean, same thing though. It's like get out. John Garamendi, 79 years old, and has been diagnosed with some kind of rare blood cancer, and he still runs for office as a Democrat. What the heck is it with Northern California and the antiques that keep running for office? Dianne Feinstein,
they don't want to get prosecuted. They don't want to get prosecuted.
That's exactly
if they get out.
What it is, isn't it?
It is. I'm telling you, man. If they got out of office, they'd be in jail. So and like my guy, he's the one that trained Joe Biden on how to run. Stay in the basement and sleep.
Yeah.
So it's but we're running in that race, and we're still got a race. Still 100,000 more ballots yet to come out, hopefully Monday or Wednesday.
Everyone I talked to said that Jim's going to take this. This is going to be amazing. It's a shoe-in for Shoemaker. Well, that's what everybody's been saying.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that shoe to get.
I know what's going on.
I don't know.
Any kind of signs of cheating?
Well, I'll just say, just in this yesterday on Friday, all of a sudden about 7,000 more ballots came out of Alameda from God knows where. We found out that one of the other candidates in Stockton there running for Congress had a number of, I guess, buses or something show up on election day, dropping off, people that needed to register and vote. So we
had to register in advance. They cut off the registration date
this
about 2 or 3 weeks before election.
This is California. You can vote all the way up to election day.
Even if you're not registered?
Even if you're not registered. So they registered them and let them vote. Now, the idea, though, is they're supposed to be on provisional ballots, allowing the ROV to research,
check signatures.
Yeah.
Which is funny because you don't even have to show your ID.
Yeah.
Where are they getting the signatures from?
Well,
if they're not registered.
Yeah. Well, when you sign, get your driver's license or whatever, they're supposed to, look at it. And right now we are curing ballots of those that have mailed them in, and the ROV is denying them until they have time.
What's ROV?
The Register Recorder's Office. Then that gives them time to check on those candidates or those people to clarify their signature.
Registrar of Voters. Yeah.
So
you have a good one in San Joaquin County where you are? What a question, Charlie.
I'm going to be quiet. But all I'm going to say is right now we have teams of volunteers working in San Joaquin County. We've already done about 3,000 curing. 300. Let's be clear, 300. There's over 800 as of Thursday. So we're expecting a lot more. So we got teams working on that right now. We were denied the lists from the ROV in Alameda County. And they actually made me drive to Oakland to prove I was the candidate asking for the list. So now I know most people have no idea about Oakland, but you don't want to go to Oakland, so it killed half
even the A's left for heaven's sake.
Yeah, I know. I think I saw them on the plane as I was driving in. So the thing is this is what we're dealing with. So right now we've hopefully in the next few days, we'll have a good reversal here of where the numbers are. we're gearing up with attorneys and everybody else, because as of right now, it looks as though we may have the only other seat in the state legislature that can flip right now. And I think I'm going to segue. How do you like that? I'm going to segue.
It's beautiful.
Over into why we're here, why I came down for Mike Morrell. And that is because the state party did nothing to help candidates running for the state legislature in California. Their interest was the congressional races, which is good, but that isn't going to change California. We all voted and supported. You can see me. I supported Trump. I didn't run away from Trump when I was told by the state party representatives and other consultants to other candidates, you need to not be MAGA. You need to not be so conservative. You need to not be so Christian. I got attacked on every form, and yet we got the high numbers, even more than our congressional candidate up in the area. So we've been taking on the establishment here in California also. And Mike's opponent made a statement at a where Young Republicans and others came to help a congressional candidate, Adam Modesto. I'm just going to, he as of right now, he's winning. He should get reelected. But there was a statement made there we need to shut down CRA units in California and other volunteer groups.
That's California Republican Assembly, by the way.
Yeah, California Republic, which I am a state vice president and ex-president of one of the largest chapters in California. She made the statement, they just need to get involved with the Central Committee. Well, the problem we've had in this state is the state party has refused to start supporting the local grassroots organizations that have the ability to grow the party, to be out there, to put feet on the ground and make a difference. And for her to make that statement right there to another gentleman that's a CRA president of a unit, she was talking to him that he should just shut his unit down. And she said, you need to get more involved with the Central Committee. When he reminded her, we already took over the Central Committee down in his district. Well, we're getting ready to do the same thing in San Joaquin County, too. We're going to do that this time. But here's the thing. We need to get Mike in, because I'm going to tell you, I am tired of identity politics. Mm-hmm. I'm in a district. My 5th Senate district covers every single demographic in the state of California. Every single one. There is no one that is not in my district from wherever they come from. And I'm getting support from I am. I'm getting support from every single one of those demographics. And I mean not just one or two people. I'm getting thousands. I've listened to thousands of these people tell me we're registered Democrat for years and years, or ever since we came, no more. We're not voting Democratic anymore. Well, where's the state party in supporting this? Instead of going, well, we need another minority person to be the chairperson of the state party. We need a good qualified person that believes.
Isn't that called DEI?
Yeah, well, I think, you may be right on that.
Yeah, we've seen time and time again, including that idiot who was running the Secret Service. We've seen the results of DEI hires.
Yeah, well, you know what?
It's a stupid policy. You want the best people running the company. Exactly. I don't care what color or religion they are.
Exactly. And that is where, in my campaign, we really got under their skin because of the reach out that we have done, that I have done too, along with so many others in our area, reaching out to everybody. We have never, I tell people the CRA, our unit, is colorblind. All we want is to train up and help people with good values that are based upon the constitutional republic of this country and love the flag that they live under. And that has been the biggest push, where we've had so much support all over our area and in the region that I'm up out of. So
I so want you to win. I've been wanting you to win ever since I met you at that CRA convention in Bakersfield. This is what we need. I've been saying all along, nothing's going to change until we get good people running for office. People like Jim here, who he's not a politician. He just saw a problem and he's like, somebody's got to do something. And I'm sick of it. And you put your neck out there. I don't know of anybody who worked as hard in the campaign as you.
Well, I will. I'm telling you, 600 to 800 miles a week, and every single day, almost 20 hours a day. I tried to get 4 hours sleep, but
did you get the central committee in your county actually backing you?
No, our central committee actually did almost absolutely nothing. They actually, I will let you know, they wrote a $500 check.
500, wow, it's almost as good as FEMA.
Yeah, and we received that check literally 3 weeks ago. So I'm just telling you, this is what we're up against. We need everybody, and this is what hurt my heart after the election when we started curing ballots. My wife is out curing ballots actually all day today while I got down here. We've got, I think, 18 people working just in the Stockton area right now curing the ballots. We have about 12 to 14 ready to go and a whole bunch of law students from Stanford that are going to be kicking in on Tuesday. They're coming over to help us. So we've got a huge grassroots effort here. But it's so frustrating to look how much we have to take on the state leadership, or in our case,
our own party,
and realize people don't have trust in our party because it's been failing us and it's failing the working people. Just like you were mentioning, I'm out there working. Jessica Patterson came up not one time for our campaign. She came up for the congressional seat, and they asked us to show up because they needed volunteers to show up. Everybody that was at their event for the photo op was paid volunteers of our congressional candidate. So they asked us to show up, and we filled the place out. When Mike Johnson came for our congressional candidate, they called me personally to ask me to come. I'm the only candidate outside of the congressional candidate that was there. And over 3/4 of the people in that audience were our people from my campaign that took their time, came from all over to show up. Not one time was I recognized in that group, not even mentioned, when almost the whole audience was ours. My people stood up. They were proud to be there. They were glad, to be able to talk to Mike Johnson. But, this is the problem. This top-down mentality is leaving our state in a shithole because we aren't supporting our candidates. There are some races, I'm going to tell you, and I understand. This is a race, if I didn't run for, there wasn't going to be a single Republican running for this seat. I know because I tried finding other candidates to run for it. And I got other candidates to run for other seats all around our district area. Not once did we get the state or anybody showing up to help us or get involved. Now, I've been talking to the state Senate caucus, and they're geared up now because we're the last kind of hope on getting another seat. But the bottom line is we need to be out there supporting candidates that have a legitimate chance. Look, they're long shots and we know it, but praise and thank the Lord that we got somebody running for that seat because we need the delegate count that candidate will be able to bring back to the state party.
And we have a current California GOP chair who wants to cut back on delegates.
Yes, and
which makes zero sense.
Yeah, and my understanding is at the last GOP convention, they managed to get a bylaw change in, and I'll tell you right now, I do not know how it was written, but the intent was to do that.
Yeah.
So I have as a candidate with one of the highest votes right now coming in, I have no idea how many delegates I will receive Now, if I win the office, I know I get more delegates, but I have no idea what I get. So this is a challenge that we run into. Two, the state party wants to manipulate all of those delegates and others to favor that top-down mentality.
Thank God we won nationally.
Yes.
Thank God we have President Trump. Thank God we've got a reprieve.
At least nationally.
But now, thanks, exactly. And now my focus is turning to my own state like never before.
Yeah. And
that's why I'm here.
Well, and that's the whole point. I was going to mention one person made a comment, and I think it was to my wife when she was curing the ballot. Well, Trump won anyway. You don't need it.
Right.
And it's like going, hang on.
What a stupid
Did you vote for the other Republicans on the ticket?
Right.
We need those votes. This is the problem. In America today, we look to the president or the governor as a king. We forget we the people are the ones that are to be in charge. We the people. That doesn't happen if we keep wanting a king.
And I'll tell you what, I can't send an email to President Trump and go, I want you to do this. Yeah. But I can to my senator.
That's right. That's right. This is where boots on the ground in the battle right now is where it's about. Because Gavin Newsom can only be taken on by the state legislature. And if we would have somebody with some fortitude and guts to do this, he could file suits against Gavin Newsom for illegal activity and going outside of his oath of office as he swore to the Constitution, not just to California, but to the federal Trump's state constitution for the amount of illegal activity the legislature has been doing.
Starting with declaring us a sanctuary state, and also what happened during the COVID shutdown when mandates were being enforced as if they were law.
Yes.
A governor cannot make law. That idiot was mandating because the legislature was over there cowering from their COVID crap, making a nice big paycheck for doing nothing.
Yeah. And, well, he went to his restaurant.
He did go to his restaurant.
You know, I think his winery was open too. So
yeah, right.
I mean, look at when you're part of the elite and you're the upper stuck up people that want to run everything and stay in their cubicles and tell us peons how we need to run our business. What kind of car we need to drive, what type of food we need to eat, and then how to educate our children. We got a problem because I can't find any of that in the Constitution that allows them to do any of it.
Right.
So we need...
Including the state constitution.
And including the state, even though they've thrown that out the door. So this is where right now we need everybody to realize it's not over.
No.
Don't take a break.
No.
I mean, I want a break, and I'm getting told I can't. So here I am in Southern California, 6 hour, 6.5, but on my bike, I'll just keep it. I was legitimately driving down here, but I'll just say California is a beautiful state if we get it back under control of the people.
Amen.
And that's the only thing we can do. And Charlie, what you're doing, and you're out here and hitting it hard and trying to get the word out, but we need all of you, everybody, to step up. We need you to talk to your neighbors, your family, and your friends. You need to get involved. You need to understand. You need to find a good group to get with.
Find your people.
Yes, and then realize, there might be some differences, but on the most where we agree, let's get together. Because I'm going to tell you, my running, I've been accused of everything under the sun as even a Christian nationalist. I was interviewed, and that interview went over to 90,000 people in our district. I think it was up to 120, 130 now in our district. And they were asking me those questions because that's what they were attacking me on. I compromised on not one single issue that I have stood for all my life. And I go, and I won't. I go, but it's in how we present the issue and how we work with people. I was just at a pregnancy resource dinner fundraiser up in our area. I go, this is an answer to abortion. We have answers. We just need to let the people know we have them. Because we do care about people. Amen. We love people. Amen. As a Christian, I got to love everybody because Jesus told me to do that. Amen. And so as we do that, we can show from our heart that we truly do care. But compassion is not leaving people on the street being drugged up by the government.
I'll tell you one other thing too. Calling out evil is showing love.
Yeah.
Because as the word tells us in Ephesians 5:11, be no part of the works of darkness, but instead even expose them. And I know that's what Jim does. That's what I do. That's what all these folks who are here tonight do. And I'm just so pleased to be here. And I'm glad I got to see you again. Always glad to see you.
Good to see you too, Charlie.
Jim Shoemaker. Where do we find you? How do we find you?
Well, currently go to shoemakerforsenate.org or no, .com, excuse me. .com or Shoemaker.
SHOEMAKER, like he's making shoes.
Yeah.
Shoemaker for Senate.
.com.
That's the word for FOR.
Yeah, number four. And we have an email address, which is shoemaker4 Senate@gmail.com.
Okay.
So just catch us there.
Thank
you, everybody, and God bless.
All right. And I concur. May God bless you and keep you. May God bless America, but most importantly, America bless God.
Amen.
Right on, buddy.
Cool.